Welcome to Monday Blues. This content is not for kids. There will be profanity and adult content. If you're hard-headed or triggered easily, please find something else to watch. Our purpose is to spend some time with friends and have some fun and hopefully a few laughs. And we will go over any topic that's on anyone's mind. We will be doing stuff like current affairs, current spiritual messages, trivia, and calls in. Please limit your call-ins to 15 and 20 minutes. Allow others to call in. My name is Jim. Tina is my wife, and Matt is my son. Thank you for joining us. Please share this out if you could. We will probably give you a wrench so you can see and subscribe to other channels. Please only time out anyone that is obviously a troll. We are not monetized. We do not need donations, as we have a successful business. At any time during the talk, if you want to call in, please say so. We do communicate with spirits like Jim Morrison and living beings like Bigfoots and giants and Gaia and so on. If you think that is demonic or have issues with that, please find another channel to watch. Thank you and enjoy the show.
Yeah, we've had three breaks that were on our property that I think it was Matt and other people or Scott. It wasn't Bigfoots from the readings they were getting. One of them was just some mean thing that was in our front yard that broke a limb. I think you talked to the tree.
Did you?
We never could find out what did that.
Huh? Did it break off or just bent?
It broke it. Like you said, broke it down. Like it was just mean.
The bottom branch.
Whatever it was mean. It wasn't a Bigfoot. That was a weird thing. And then we had up in Kentucky, that 7 miles that time, another reading we got there. That wasn't a Bigfoot. It was something there's something mean out there. It just breaks trees.
Just breaking the trees. It's like they're marking territory or something like that. That type of species doing that, or race, whatever they are. Yeah, they're just trying to mark their other species, race to do something. I don't know.
That's what I'm picking up. They're marking their territory, saying, "Hey, this is our spot."
Yeah. Or trying to see if they could stand in that spot and see if they'll be able to withstand that area. Whether it's good or bad, I don't know. Depending on the situation.
It kind of looks like they keep going up and down the same tree, and they're eventually breaking everything down while they're going up.
Yeah.
And they're not dead either. They still live. It's just like they're bent down, and they just stay there.
When you go out there next time, try to pinpoint exactly what those limbs are pointing at or towards.
They're just pointing down to the ground. They're up against the trunk.
If they're like arches, I seem to tend to see that being more like a Bigfoot type of deal. But if those are actually like the trees broke, those ones are like some other type of being. But if they're like arching type of work with the trees, not damaging the tree, and the tree's still living like that with no splinters in the wood, that's tend to be a Bigfoot because they have more care about the trees.
It seems like the Bigfoot Bigfoot seems sensible, not like just stupid breaks.
Yeah.
They mark, they do stuff,
either. They are actually broken flat up against the trunk going down.
Yeah, it sounds like
that might be something else then.
Something weird roaming out there.
And then someone said dogmen usually claw trees, and I did not see any claw marks on the barks and stuff.
Yeah, we were told in the past, I think Janice Carter was telling us that the dogmen will when they like on the arches, they bury the ends where the Bigfoots don't. And we've noticed that, you can see on a lot of the arches, they'll bury the very tip of it. And supposedly dogmen bury the tip, hold it down. But whereas a Bigfoot will put another limb or another stick over it instead. So we've noticed that. I don't know if it's true or not, but it's like.
Yeah, it's like a certain type would put a rock at the top of its break, of the top of the branch that's hitting the ground. They'll put a rock on top of it, or they'll put a stick on top of it. I don't know what the difference was, but she was saying.
But dogman stomps it in the ground. You'll see it actually stomped into the ground. It'll be stomped. It'll be dirt on top of it.
Right.
Yeah.
Stomping in the ground.
That'll be with dirt. That'd be the other type.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, like the tree bend that I pointed out to one of our gracious hosts for our location B. I pointed that out to her at the end of the video. It was like seeing how that limb was just shoved into the ground, and the limb, both limbs that were in the ground were that thick, and they were shoved clear down into the ground, and she didn't even know anything about that stuff. She was like so excited because it was new to her, and I'm like, yeah. That I said, if you find these, don't bother them.
Yeah. Well, there's another one. Just you made me reminded me. Now there's a 7 mile dirt road. We got a video, of course. 7 miles on the left side. They broke limbs all the way down that 7 miles. And now these, whatever did that, which we were from the reading, it wasn't a Bigfoot. It brought the limb down and would be about an inch from touching the road, almost exactly on every tree, all the way down. The perfection of something that definitely said, "We are here and we're conscious." And we don't know what it was, but that's what it did, which was a crazy thing. It would just, a full tree would just barely, it'd be like an inch away almost perfectly on all the trees, or pretty much most of the trees on 7 mile road, about every 200 or 300 feet.
Right. If I remember right, each one of them was broke. There might have been one or two that might have been bent, but I remember majority of them being broken.
Yeah, different breaks. They were like
very different breaks. But that
instead of a bow. Yeah, broke bow. Yeah.
Yeah, but there was that one big arch that I was like pointing at this tree and be like, "Hey, this would be cool that a Bigfoot would be able to do an arch with and such." And this next time we showed up in the same area, Kentucky, that spot, they arched that tree perfectly where it barely touched the ground on the road.
Yeah, we were standing there
stiff,
and he was way up, I don't know, 20, 30 feet up on rocks. And there was a tall, like Gilligan's Island, there's this tall tree. And he was joking about it'd be fun or something that they would arch this tree. Anyway, he slid down that tree. Anyway, it was probably the next week that we went up and they had arched that tree, exact tree that he shimmied down. They arched that big, huge thing. That's when I knew these people are talking to us. You know, that was probably the most exciting video I think I ever did, because I knew that they're talking to us. How could they not be talking to us? I knew we were here and they actually did this. It was kind of like a gift. We call it Matthew.
Well, they heard you. That's just that's even bigger thing that they actually heard you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I knew it was a gift. Look at this. The park rangers, of course, cut it down. They hate anything that shows that there's something out there communicating with people. They hate it. I don't know. Well, they just don't hate it. They just are not allowed. You know, they can't leave trees upside down with the root balls up in the sky. They're like, we got to get rid of that. That's not good. People are going to see it and they're going to think there's something out here.
Mm-hmm. What I find with
that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that sounds about right. I mean, we don't, you know, we're just too, I call us homemade Amish. We're living out here in the country. Yeah, that's what I call us. Redneck homemade Amish. That's the only way I could put it. I can't define it any way else, but you know,
redneck ingenuity with
this kid of mine, you know, he was born here on the Appalachian Rocks, you know, and so I think it's something to do with the crystals or something, because his ability to talk to trees and everything else. But anyway, we raised chickens and farm. We were out there filling cleaning out the chicken house and you know, just natural people. So this whole Bigfoot thing, like most of us were like, hey, there's something in the woods talking to us. I've never seen him, but Matt's he had an opportunity, you know, to see his buddy up in a tree up here one time. But you know, Tennessee, Kentucky Bigfoot came about because we've only been into Bigfoot in 3 or 4 years, because it's only been 3 or 4 years probably since we had our experience and started realizing there's something out in the woods, and we were so excited because we're like most people. I didn't know that all the Bigfoot channels have just come out in the last few years, and so many people have come out, and so it's exciting right now. Just listen to all the experiences now. Every time I turn around, there's so many
experience. It's outrageous.
It's exciting, you know, hearing everyone.
It's like, oh wow,
it exploded.
And then the thing is
and my viewpoint on Nephilim, I've got, you know, my studying, and I've got some crazy viewpoints. So, you know, if you don't like them, that's okay. Because I mean, it's just, you know, I got my viewpoint. But you know, originally in the Bible it says the sons of God fell to heaven or whatever. It didn't say the fallen ones. So that's been changed. So you got to go back a little further and you'll see the sons of God. And so, you know, that's who the Nephilim are. And I've always wondered who the sons of God were, and that's angels, right? I guess that was God's sons. And so I don't know if they went left or right, or they're just I can't say if they're good, but that blood I think is still throughout. Like the royals might have it, and a lot of people have it, and they have these powers they have powers. And so, but whether they use them for good or bad, I don't know. So that's the whole thing with the Nephilim. I can't, point my finger at even one human or one Bigfoot or one giant and say
when you
they're
say the
evil. I
Son
think
of
that's got to.
God,
That's the
if
only way I
God's
got.
if God's a creator and he created us all, which he did, doesn't matter. We have good sons and bad sons. And
Right.
some of them are sitting in prison. Not mine are, but I'm just saying. So I think,
Oh,
some of them.
He tried.
Anyways, I think that we have good ones and bad ones. And
Oh,
I
you're
think
good.
some of them went the wrong way,
Yeah.
And there are some reports of nasty creations, if you want to call it that. You look at things in the Bible like the Leviathan, and there's a big debate on exactly what that is, or other things. So there's a lot we don't know, and so we can't find those answers in the Bible. Even if you speak fluent Hebrew or anything else, still some of that's an interpretation.
Right.
It's like the word cat. You're talking about a tiger or a house kitty.
Or a panther.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I think my favorite, one of my favorite Bible verses is Genesis 25:25, and he came out hairy as in a garment. I was talking about Esau.
Yep, I was going to bring that up.
Yeah, and he was red, right? And he was red. Oh, and I'm going, whoa! They said that. They said that. Genesis 25:25. I just think that dude was hairy.
He was hairy,
and he would come out red. And they said it was hairy like a garment. I'm like, that was a pretty hairy dude.
Yep. Yeah. I believe Esau was a Bigfoot.
Right? Yeah. I mean, it made sense. But and see, Bigfoots. They didn't. We just started calling them Bigfoots the last 20 years.
Probably
my grandfather,
hairy man.
Yeah. My grandfather, they used to put food out for the hairy people or the crazy people here in Tennessee. See, Tennessee, we got a lot of Appalachian people, and that's what they were considered.
Almost
And now we're like, wait a minute, who are these hairy people? And now they've got a new name called Bigfoot. But back then, it was private because they felt like these people needed to be private, and so they would put food out by the fence line, and they kind of, my whole ancestry is pretty much from this area, and so, you worked with the people in the woods. But now, being a Bigfoot, I think that really does kind of imagery of movies and stuff have really put a whopping on most of us.
Put a twist on it, like, oh, you're supposed to be scared of this monster because that's what he is. What? No, he's just a man in the woods. You could give him like a watermelon, and he'll be happy and won't bother you. That's like right?
But to get back to the
other thing,
the fallen ones, when the fallen ones came down, and they didn't just go after the beautiful women down here, they went after everything. So you've got mermaids, frogman, werewolves, dogman, otter man. They interbred with everything.
Anything that moved, it was
all these crazy creatures. But now, if you're looking at half human, that's why some of these Sasquatch are gentle. They are taking after more human than the animals. Some of them are possibly rogue. We have heard too many stories of the military underground creating them or making them bionic, like $6 Million Man.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And the red eyes, I'm kind of wondering, if they are lab created or added to, did they get a help Garrow with the name, dicyanin contact that you see the red eyes, they're actually night vision.
Yeah.
I've been thinking about that for a while now. Yeah, that's what I've been thinking as well. Them red eyes could be just night vision eyes.
So some of them are man created, and some of them are, just natural. And yes, I do believe that some of them are good. Even Dogman, we've heard a lot of reports of Dogman being kind and helping them.
Verify that it was a male.
How?
Jay?
He identified as
we're going to have a TV show.
It was quite obvious.
He's happy to see you.
Now this thing was standing 2 feet away from me, and it was looking down at me, and I could see the eyes. Now, the eyes were shaped like ours, except a little bit wider, and they had the lens on the eyes bulged out quite a bit, and underneath those lenses, you could see the pupils. Okay, but the pupils were set back. Okay, so those lenses being so rounded, um, and the eyes changed color. When he first walked up, the eyes were red. Okay, when I'm standing there and I speak to both of them, the eyes go from just glowing red to red, orange, yellow, and then I saw the pupils were slits like a cat's.
Oh,
and they were black, but it had a dome over the pupils. So, and that's what allowed the eyes to glow like they did.
almost be like binoculars.
Yeah.
If you had your pupil back so far, the lens out, it'd almost be like a magnifying.
I was wondering that too, if some of these cryptids can zoom in and out, kind of like what an eagle or an owl can do also, that they can be, let's say, across the field from our back, or a field behind us. Question for Matt and Jim.
Yeah.
What the blankety blank are you guys smoking?
Oh, we put out 2 videos actually last couple of days.
All right, so you're smoking your tobacco and nettle. I didn't realize you can smoke nettle. Now I know you can smoke mullein and lavender.
Oh yeah,
catnip, but I've never heard of smoking nettle. So
yeah, Matt likes his mullein. He dries mullein. He adds his mullein. I used to do mullein, but not as much. We just over the last, I guess, 20 years or so, we've continued to improve our smoke. But tobacco is real strong by itself, and then stinging nettle, we started adding it in over time, and now it's about 50% because it just makes the tobacco not so strong, and you get all the vitamins.
Helps the lungs, but I didn't know what the nettle actually did for you.
Oh, it's actually, you look at the what do they call it? The allergies for dogs on the Tractor Supply aisle.
Yeah, you go to Tractor Supply and look at the ingredients on all the stuff, so you'll know what's good for you. And anyway, on goats and all that, it's stinging nettle. They put that in there for
stinging nettle in there for their animals.
Like if you have, yes, I don't know how you know if an animal has allergies, but anyway, if you go to Tractor Supply,
or you can grow stinging nettle, or if you're in Kentucky, because that stuff grows wild in Kentucky.
It took us many years to get stinging nettle established, but now we harvest
we got tons. Oh,
we got tons of stinging nettle.
So bad. I pull it down, give it to the chickens and goats. Yeah, and I save some for tea.
Stinging nettle is also smoking good for like your breathing.
Okay, I can add some to the mullein and see what it's like, because I do smoke the mullein to help with my lungs.
Yeah, Matt, he puts sage in it. I don't like sage, but he's got his own flavors.
The only reason why I do sage and mullein at times is just to fill in the cracks, or if I'm running low on some
lavender
of what I got. Lavender, we haven't been lucky on growing it well yet.
It's got a salty flavor, so.
Yeah, same with the catnip.
I ain't smoking no catnip.
Yeah.
Stinging nettle is akin to hemp or cannabis.
Catnip is good for humans, though.
Yes, catnip. If you do a catnip tincture, it's good for a fever and stuff. There is a lot of benefits to catnip.
Wow. See, I learned something new today, y'all.
And lavender actually gives you not a buzz like weed, but lavender will actually, it helps you relax. So yeah, you can buy organic dehydrated lavender online for very, very cheap, but add some lavender to it. It makes it taste better. If it's, if you're smoking something harsh.
Yeah. I remember way back. Okay. Oh, sorry. I remember way back when we first started smoking, with Dad's planning and doing stinging nettle and stuff like that. We had some passion flower in some jars, and I smoked some of that, and I swear still today, it's like one of the really best ones to smoke for something. That stuff, it's been a while, but it's really good from what I remember. I don't know what I did.
I'm just laughing. He can't remember what he smoked and what it did. So, we're.
Well, I'm sorry about that, but I do remember it was, so if anybody got passion flower,
Matt starts shape shifting. Better take that stuff away from him.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
You guys start turning into cats. I'm freaking out.
Yeah. Cat people.
Start purring.
That's what you do for Christmas. Anyone that has a cat, give them a ball, Christmas ball that has catnip in it. Don't tell them it has catnip in it, and it's got a practical joke. The cat's climbing up the
Maybe
tree.
that's what we need to give
Yeah.
our cats outside.
It has the star on top of the tree, you know. That's not good.
Oh,
Talking about smoking, I just kind of lost it. I went, what? They're not smoking.
We got off on talking about tobacco and stuff. Like I
Jane
said,
put us in the spot.
yeah, Jane put us in there.
Oh my gosh.
This-
I mean,
this is what we do.
smoke these. So
Well, I smoke cigars as a woman, so come on.
Well,
Hey,
Tina says she's thinking about smoking our tobacco, but I got her nicotine patch. You're like, what? You got her nicotine patch? She don't even smoke.
We're trying to get her onto this
There's this thing about nicotine. Carl, what's his name? Tucker's selling them. I know you guys are. Why is Tucker selling nicotine patches? Right. I mean, you go to Walmart, it doesn't have real nicotine. It has like synthetic stuff. But anyway, I mean, this is a box that has 30 patches, and it's actually 21 milligrams of nicotine. And when she gets I told her next time she gets a headache or what, I wanted to try it. But supposedly, I mean, we have pure nicotine that we take from the stalks of tobacco. We have a dripper or a tincture in the refrigerator, and so I don't know why nicotine is really super nutritional, and we're kind of into trying it. Learning more about it. Of course, we're trying to learn everything. It's when you get open minded, you do try and learn anything.
And supposedly it helps with the flu and such like that. Any type of flu you get, if you have some nicotine or you smoke or something like that, supposedly it helps you from getting sick of any type of flu type of deal.
Well, they proved that in 2020 that those who did not get the what or had very mild symptoms were pot smokers, cigar smokers, cigarette smokers, and the vapors. And we've also learned nicotine is actually good for you. And if you know that the government's lied to us about everything, I mean everything, well, what is the one thing that they warn you that is going to kill you?
Thing in '84 was when they started putting fructose corn syrup, and it's in everything.
Yeah.
And when you put an unnatural thing, a lot of people don't know this. If you put an unnatural substance in your body, it stores it into fat for safety reasons. Mm-hmm. And so, because it's got to work on it and try to break it down. And they've been, and all of our Coke, all of our soda products have been replaced. All of our ice cream products have been replaced. Every single thing. Well, I mean, we're making our own ice cream now. We take heavy cream and blend it and put stuff in it, but we make our own stuff with real sugar. And of course everything so anyway, that's probably the biggest reason why we have such obesity and diabetes is the fact that
I was going to bring that up. You're right.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. And so, I mean, that's just been, one of the things I definitely want people to understand. If you everything you eat unnaturally, your body automatically stores in fat until it can break it down. And it could be a while because it depends on what it is. It's hard for the body to break down unnatural stuff. And so,
your body might have to sweat it out type of deal. If it can't break it down through your gut system, it might have to come out of your skin, pores and such like that.
That's true.
And if you feel sick, you're not going to be out exercising. So you're screwed.
Right?
I was on your second point there. I wanted to say was as far as one reason I don't think they want to recognize Bigfoot is what does Bigfoot know?
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's the reason I think they really don't want no Bigfoots. Like, if all of a sudden they said, okay, Bigfoots exist, they'd be one tomorrow on Fox News and CNN. There'd be one, and that would be the end of it because they were like, oh, you guys really don't know what happened? You know what's going on? So I'm pretty sure that's what they know would probably really hurt the government bad.
Well, look, people lose faith in government. It's all about control.
So, anybody want to start?
I got notes. I'll take it real quick. I've been taking notes on these guys because Ron, both T-Carp, Scott's son. Anyway, yeah. You guys broke up a lot of things there. I'll just, like I said, this is quick. Yeah. You were talking about, like anecdotal evidence is allowed in courts, but it's not allowed in science. Anecdotal, enough witnesses would say there's got to be something here. And also,
they don't believe the word of mouth anymore. You have to have proof.
Yeah, that doesn't work. You can't have 6,000 people, eyewitnesses.
Right.
And also, like National Recreation Area. If you look at National Recreation and you look at the recreation, it's recreation. That's what it is. It's a national recreation area. I mean, look at the spelling. It's what it is. We call it recreational, but it's recreation area. That's what it is. And I want to say on Scott, yeah, we have PTSD, 4 years ago, and luckily we come across Scott stuff and people like that, and Janice Carter, and they really, that's what saved our butts, because me and him, we wouldn't have had anybody, but luckily there were people like them that were out there, and so we hats off for Scott.
Helped us.
I
big
agree.
I mean, I'm ex-Air Force. He was ex-Air Force. I'd send him a message, and then he passed. And I was like, son of a gun, never got back to me.
The connection was just getting started.
Yeah,
Like, dang it.
yeah, dang it. Still sitting in my message box waiting to go. No,
I'm so sorry, man. I'm so sorry.
Right. And two other things I wanted to say. The 3-Eye Atlas. I was thinking about that today. Does that stand for 3-Eye at last? I'm just saying, these words I use as a phrase is 3-Eye Atlas, three eyes at last. I mean, and, third eye at last. You're like, hey, did they spell it right there? And then, you were talking about Joshua, and Joshua. I've heard Yeshua. Yes, you are. So I like words like that, and like Kentucky, King Tut. Key, the goat up there, Fort Knox. I just like throwing things in there. I know these are just like, you gotta be crazy. You're making up stuff.
The Egyptian.
Hey, I'll just tell you that Fort Knox is very close, and I hear that like up there in the cave system might be where they got a lot of gold. But King Tut Key, just think about that one. And what else?
The Holy Spirit likes to work in puns, my brother. He does.
Yeah, right. I'm with him. And the Appalachians, right? You're talking about crystals. That's what we have here. We have so much rock. Every rock we pick up is crystal. I can sit down. I'll sit out in the yard. He was doing bees the other day, and I would sit out there. I sit on the leaves and just make smoke while he's working the bees and just picking up rocks and looking at the crystals. So we're the Appalachians just covered in the crystals. I think
it is, man. You're right.
That's some kind of energy thing. The Appalachian all the way up and down, and I think that's amazing. West Virginia is the only state that is fully 100% on the Appalachian. I just thought that was curious. And that was just my stuff. And we're Tennessee, Kentucky Bigfoot. We love everybody, and and congratulations on your birthday anniversary, guys. And by the way, Harold, there's only one other story I know of that is mind blowing than yours. And it's a guy that I know that was in the military, was up in Alaska, and they had a blue pyramid, and they came and attacked the base, and holy crap. But that's the only story that tops your experience. I mean, I heard your experience recently, and whoa. I mean, really, that was the first time I really got to. Most people say, I saw a blurry thing running through the woods. That's us. We like, that's a blurry thing through the woods. But I was like, wow, this guy has actually stood out there and seen something that most people don't have, no kind of experience like this. So anyway, just want to say that.
Yeah, and one thing I gotta say is short is psychics and stuff like that, and using your psychic abilities and such. What I see out of that is just your natural abilities.
Yeah, we all have them
without tainted natural abilities, and so you still have your gifts of whether it's using your divining rods or whether you can see into the future or seeing others, and however, I just see that as your natural abilities, and they try to put a lot of I was thinking fentanyl, but I was trying to say what's that stuff they put in the water, fluoride and such like that, trying to block out your pineal glands and such.
And last comment I want to say, I had another pair, Scott Carpenter. He helped bring out the amateur investigator movement, right? I mean, because we were like amateurs, and now we're like putting apples out in the woods, and I'm watching Scott's video. I'm like, this is really cool. And so, congratulates, because I mean, it was like you had to be, I don't know, for some reason, we all thought you had to work for NASA to do this stuff. And so, thanks to Scott, he's made it more comfortable people to. And I enjoy everyone going out camping and doing that thing and getting out in the woods and being with family. And I think that might be the reason why the Bigfoots and all that are dragging us out in the woods, to get us kind of back to nature and back to good. And so anyway,
physically or spiritually.
So thank you very much for inviting us and having us.
Thank y'all.
We've enjoyed it.
Thank you
for coming.
Yo, Valentine's Day 2020, Sahara, Big Daddy. Here we go.
First, love yourself, love yourself, love yourself. First, love yourself, love yourself, love yourself.
Ain't nobody else. You know, I used to take drugs. And I still take drugs. But I also used to take drugs. But never mind, today I want to talk to you about the greatest drug of all. The drug of love. And not just any love. The drug of self-love. Ooh, baby, you know what I'm talking about. I'm not just talking about that masturbation either. I'm talking about that deep love. That deep sensation inside when you wake up in the morning, you look in the mirror and say, you know what? I love me. I fucking love me. And then from there, everything is possible.
Everything is possible. First, love yourself, love yourself, love yourself. First, love yourself, love yourself, love yourself.
Preach!
Listen, everybody, if you want to get love, then you gotta be your biggest fan and know that you're enough. You gotta love your body and your spirit and your mind. All the self-doubt, gotta leave it all behind. Gotta love yourself from your head to your toes, whether you're a virgin or whether you're a hoe. Gotta love, love, love from the bottom to the top, and everything inside, gotta love it all up.
So Sahara, like, what does love mean to you? Like, what the fuck?
Oh my god, love is like the best, man.
Oh my god, I love love so much. Love is the shit.
First, love yourself, love yourself, love yourself. You love yourself. First, love yourself, love yourself, love yourself. Gotta fucking love yourself. First, love yourself, love yourself, love yourself. First, love yourself, love yourself, love yourself.
Oh my god, love? Like,
Than everybody else.